Hello everyone and welcome to another custom figure showcase, and today I have two Dark Eyes / Doom Coalition / Ravenous 8th Doctor customs for you. Now there is two very good reasons I'm showing you these. Firstly, I know that Dark Eyes 8th Doctor figure is going to be coming up in a lot of search results recently, so I've decided to cash in on that, on those search results, and take a break from my two Doctors custom series to put these up so I can, as I say, cash in on people's search results. Don't hate me, it's just good business. But secondly, and more importantly, the reason that I am showing you these is because, as some of you will know, let's see, I'm recording this on Sunday, you're going to be watching it on the Wednesday, so this Friday just gone, it was revealed, it was announced before, but it was revealed the first of some character options and Big Finish Dalek and Doctor 2-packs that they're making. At present time, all that's been revealed is that we are going to get a War Doctor and at present time unknown Dalek. We're going to get a 7th Doctor and at present time unknown Dalek. But the one that has been revealed is a 8th Doctor and Dalek Interrogator Prime from the Time War Series 1 Big Finish story in the Garden of Death. Now, very quickly, I will just raise this point. Some people have made a point of notice of saying that the Dalek Interrogator Prime is actually one of the Eternity Circle Daleks from the War Doctor novel Engines of War. However, looking into it and the research that was done in putting this figure together, it does seem that they do just share the same colour scheme. So it is apparently a Dalek that does share that same colour scheme. But it's quite nice in a way, I think, because it could be either. It could be either or. So we're going to get a couple of a nice Dalek that could be potentially either. But obviously, I'm not here today to review the figures, because obviously they're not out yet, but when they do come out, I'm looking forward to reviewing them. But for a long time, skipping back a bit, if I just bring in a third figure, some of you will remember that a long time ago I made this figure, which was my original Dark Eyes 8th Doctor custom, and weirdly and ironically, I was actually inspired by other people who'd done the same thing in using a 9th Doctor coat, but I had a modified collar on it. So yeah, it was interesting that other people, certainly other people before me, predicted what character options in Big Finish were certainly going to do. But I know that it was a very popular thing. A lot of people used the Kudlak jacket from the Sarah Jane Adventures, but personally I always thought the Kudlak jacket looked a bit too big and cumbersome. It didn't look quite right. It didn't have the same sort of fitted look that the Dark Eyes 8th Doctor's coat had. So I never decided on using that myself. But this was my original figure that I made. However, I was never fully happy with that figure, and I had always intended to make a new version, or at least, yeah, make one new version. However, I ended up, as you can see, making two new versions, and there is a reason for this, and there are some differences between these, which I'll go over. The first difference that obviously most people are going to notice is their bags are two different way rounds. The reason for this, quite simply, is because this version is Dark Eyes, this version is, I want to say, Doom Coalition, and I believe the story as The Gift, simply because the 8th Doctor has slightly longer hair than he did in Dark Eyes and Doom Coalition, so the Night of the Doctor head fitted on nicely. And on that particular cover, he has his bag the other way. I'd imagine they've just flipped the shot of Paul McGann, the 8th Doctor. But I decided that I would just have the bag on the other side because it just differentiated between the two customs and just sort of, you know, made them look a little bit different. But the other main difference, which some of you will notice, is that the Dark Eyes version, and I'll try and get this close to camera, has a slightly different head sculpt to the standard Dark Eyes one that came with the War Doctor figure, and that's because this version is actually one that I've cast up myself, and in a rare turn of events for me, I have a behind-the-scenes work-in-progress photo of this particular head, which I'm going to put up on screen now. And what this actually is it's a cast of the Night of the Doctor head, the standard Night of the Doctor head, the one that you can see on the other figure, on the Doom Coalition figure in this video. And then I have taken a cast of it, and I have retrimmed the hairline, and then moving on to another picture, I've painted it up, so you can see the difference between the two. On the left is the standard Night of the Doctor head, although I have given him some 5 o'clock shadow, and on the right is the Dark Eyes head that I've sculpted up myself. The paintwork, particularly the eyes, are a little bit too close together. The paintwork on the head's not perfect, but it's good enough for my liking. So I was really pleased with how the finished sculpt came out, because I wanted his hair a bit more swept back for a Dark Eyes version, similar to how it was on the official release, but more with the face sculpt and shape that we got on the Night of the Doctor version, because I think the Night of the Doctor one looks a bit more like McGann, especially as he did in Night of the Doctor. So it seemed to sort of fit more in terms of the sculpt and a better likeness. For those wondering as well, I will make a point of saying, once the official figure has been released, I am hopefully planning to put my Dark Eyes head sculpt up on my Etsy shop for anyone who wants to get one themselves. As I said, this won't be until the official version is released, though. At present time there is, or at least at the time of recording, there is no official announcement on when they are planned to be released. Character Options are doing a video on their official YouTube channel in July. There will probably be a reveal, an announcement of when they are going to be released at that time. However, yes, I'm going to be putting up my custom version of the head, because my custom sculpt, because I know that people are going to be wanting to get their own versions of it. So those are the heads. The bodies, and once again I have another behind the scenes photo which I can show you. The eagle-eyed amongst you will note, or have noticed, that this is a Nick Cutter Primeval body, but as you can see from these pictures, I've done quite a lot of extensive sculpting work on it. I've obviously added the double breasted, I've added the buttons, and then I have also extended out the collar as well, where it's folded over on the double breasted side. And then obviously after that I've painted them, and then the bags themselves are from a Connor Maitland, I think it's not Connor Maitland because it's Abby Maitland, Connor Temple, I think his name is, Connor somebody, Primeval figure. Luckily I've had several of these spare, and I've luckily got another one spare which I'm going to put on the official version when I get it, because obviously the official version isn't coming with the bag or the sonic screwdriver. I know that some people aren't happy about that, but I'm sure there is a reason, probably budget, as to why that couldn't be possible. I'm certainly happy that we're getting the figure, even if it's reusing old parts, because a big Finish figure is something we never thought we'd get. So I'm sure some people are going to complain about it, but me myself, I'm very much looking forward to it. But on that note, I will say, if you have any of the Connor Maitland bags spare, or you come across any on eBay, even in the box, I know the Connor Maitland figures, they are very highly sought after for the bag. A lot of the time people put the boxed figures up and they've taken the bag out for that reason. So if you do come across the bag, I would thoroughly recommend getting them and picking them up, because they are already becoming highly sought after. I suspect they are going to become incredibly rare once the official figures come out. So yes, I would highly recommend buying the Connor Maitland bag if you find one spare. But then that's all I've added for these. Obviously on the coat as well, I've trimmed off all the pockets on the back. You can slightly see where I've trimmed them off and things like that, but overall I think it's come together quite well. Yeah, as I said, you know, I know we're getting the official one, and I'm sure some people might turn around and go, well, these are a bit pointless now, but as I said, I've had these planned for such a long time. And it's just sod's law that, you know, the minute I decide, right, I'm going to put together a custom version, the official version gets released. And as much as I like the look of the official version, and again, I understand that Character Options are using the parts that they can, I don't want to blow my own trumpet here, but I get the feeling that if people had to choose between the official version as it looks like and this version as it looks like, as much as I want to blow my own trumpet, I think people are probably going to more likely go for this, because it looks more accurate to the costume that we've seen on the covers. Again, Character Options are doing everything they can with their limited budget, and I think using a Ninth Doctor to make a Dark Eyes 8th Doctor is a stroke of genius. I think it's absolutely brilliant. It's a perfect use for that outfit, where it wouldn't probably have a use for any other figures. So I think it is brilliant. And as I said, you know, I don't want to go too much into reviewing the figure until I've got it in hand, because I'm sure once I've got it in hand, there are going to be some sort of pros and cons that I won't have noticed just from looking at a picture. But the nice thing about this is the sculpting work on this is quite extensive, and it's not easy, I will say. But if you do have a spare Nick Cutter figure of the green jacket, this is a good learning curve for doing sculpting work, and it has come out very well. And it's not, as I said, sculpting's not easy, but once you've got a bit of practice and you've got it going and you understand how it molds and how it works and how it dries and what you want to do with it, it's not that difficult. And so I get the feeling that the Nick Cutter figures are going to be sort of quite sought after as well, because I think people are going to sort of want to make their own versions to put alongside the official version. Obviously, when I do review the official version, I'm going to do a comparison between my old one and these new ones as well. But that brings to a close another custom figure showcase. As always, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Like, favorite, subscribe, share, it really helps me out a lot. Be sure to go to the description below for a link to my Patreon. I'm doing my very first figure animation and you can get involved. There's exclusive content and rewards for those who do so, and funding my Patreon in any way gets your name at the end of my videos. I salute you all, and I will see you with another video very soon.